The Serbian basketball player was born on the 15th of August 1988, and since then he has grown up to the impressive 7'4". At present he plays for Dallas Mavericks and is one of the tallest NBA players ever. Of course we are talking about Boban Marjanović, and here are some interesting and surprising facts about it. Boban Marjanović, 10 facts you didn't know about. Beginnings of his career. Boban Marjanović has played basketball professionally since 2006, but his career was not actually his first choice. As a boy and teenager, Boban wanted to play volleyball. However, his hometown did not have a team he could join, so he was looking for something different. At the age of 14, he was already extremely tall, so basketball came as kind of a natural thing. In 2003, he already had his first professional contract, and the whole story began. An interesting thing is the fact that at the same time also Draco Milicic, another Serbian player who is 3 years older than Boban, started his career in NBA. These two are often compared nowadays. Hey, if you want to learn some more facts about your favorite players, subscribe to our channel and like it, just to make sure you will not miss any of our other videos and ideas. Problems in Russia. Although Boban's career is impressive, some situations in his life made him appreciate what he has right now. When he was trying to play in Russia, a few times he got held back and could not play as much as he wanted. In 2010, he signed a contract with CSKA, and that was supposed to be a big step for his career. Unfortunately, when his mentor and trainer from Serbia lost his job with the club, Marjanović got left behind and was not included in many future games. The same happened when he got transferred to Nizhny Novgorod. Finally, he got the information that it had not been the club's best decision to hire Boban, and according to them, he was not a good player at all. He did not even finish a season for the club and left. Why is he so tall? The reason behind great height is usually connected with genes, but in case of Boban, that is not the thing. His parents are only 5.6 and 5.9. It is also not the problem of any disorder, but was true for George Muresan. Probably, if we got deeper into Boban's family tree, we could find an ancestor who was way taller than any others around him. For Marjanović, it is a great reason for telling jokes, such as claiming that he is not from this planet and that he will just fly into the space once he is done with basketball for good. On the other hand, for many years he had problems with shoes and clothes. Now, when he plays for the NBA, producers of sports shoes are happy to supply him with those of size 19. Soup for Boban. A lot of people all around the world are interested in Marjanovic's diet. What has he been eating that made him such tall and strong man? The one thing that does not change in his everyday menu is the soup. As he comes from Serbia, it is a tradition to have it before the main dish, and he sticks to it. As far as we know, it is the chicken soup that comes first for Boban. And that entails another question: how does he keep his weight while eating 2 dishes for lunch? Well, he's not a big fan of sweets, and with great amount of trainings, everything is kept in balance. Boban is a great friend. In the world of sport, friendship inside the team is very important. It is one of the main factors for all clubs and builds up their unity. But Boban's bosses do not have to worry about him when it comes to that matter. He has a great sense of humor and makes friends in each club he gets to. After all, for basketball players, their team is like a family. And they have shown this along the way many times. But when Boban met Tobias Harris in Detroit in 2016, they created a tandem that people just had to love. Their mutual jokes, presence in social media, fans' attention, all of that made them simply Bobby and Toby, a worldwide attraction that we have grown to love. So it was not a surprise that the world held its breath at the moment of their transfer deal to 76ers. They managed to get there together so their adventures could continue. Unfortunately, only to the moment when Toby left the team. But as we said, Bobby can make new friends, and right now he has got a great contact with Luka Doncic in Dallas, Texas. Really big hands. Marjanovic's hands are immense, and by saying that we mean really, really big. So big that they have become the largest hands in the history of the NBA. And we have to remember that there have been a lot of big guys. An iPad is Boban's phone. As normal smartphone was just too small for him to grab. We can only imagine other problems he encounters on his way. However, his hands have also made him gain new fans all around the world, as Reddit created an account that they named Boban Holding Things. It shows photographs of that famous basketball player keeping different objects in his incredible hands. We have to admit that some of them really look hilarious, like for example the one with volleyball or a puppy. It is also full of jokes, like Boban holding a baby with a text saying that this is him holding an adult with extreme results. Among different systems that estimate players, there is one prepared by John Hollinger. We call it PER, and that stands for Player Efficiency Rating. To cut the long story short, it is all based on summing up good and bad accomplishments, showing how a particular player is doing at a particular time. Of course, it is purely a theoretical approach, and for some, it is much more important what the player is doing on the court just now. However, it is worth to mention that Boban held the record in NBA's PER in 2018, and was even better than Michael Jordan or LeBron James, one of the biggest names in NBA's history. What made him get to the top was probably his ability to score a lot of points in a limited time. That is the factor taken under consideration in this rating. Let's take an example of a game when he managed to collect 19 points in just 13 minutes. We must admit that it is an impressive number. Unfortunately, since 2018, his PER has been going down. But his time on the court is still on, so let's keep watching. Boban the actor, when the director of John Wick, Chad Stahelski, was looking for a big guy that could perform a fighting scene in his movie, he had a great problem. His casting team was looking for someone like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from LA Lakers, so it was a hard task. And then somebody told him about Boban Marjanovic. Although Stahelski had no idea who the player was, he gave him a try after seeing Boban during one of his matches thanks to YouTube. The basketball player turned out to be great, or even impressive, so he got the part. This is why we can now watch Boban Marjanovic fighting with Keanu Reeves on the screen. Moving forward, do you remember the incredible game when Boban gained 19 points in just 13 minutes? At that time, his great mentor and coach was Greg Popovich, who had also come to the USA from Serbia. They made a good team, and when Boban was proposed a great contract with $21 million at stake, at first he decided not to accept it as he was loyal to his friend and wanted to stay. What came as a great shock for many was really touchy for Popovich himself. However, he understood the rules of the world of sport well and persuaded the young player not to skip on such a great chance. After all, it was about Boban's future in the world of basketball, and eventually he got the transfer to Pistons. Boban's achievements in Europe. Before Boban arrived in America, he had been playing pretty well for European teams. He was the Serbian League MVP 3 times in a row. This title goes to the most valuable players of the season, and Boban got it with a rating of 25.67, which has been the highest in history. Some say that it is due to the fact that European rules are better for his abilities, as he can keep his position under the basket, where he's the most effective. At the same time, he was able to finish all the actions, stop the offense, be there during passing. The rule of 3 seconds is not used in Europe, and the basketball courts are smaller. Nevertheless, it is important to say that this guy has got an incredible approach to the game, is a very good tactic player, and his height is a great addition to his overall abilities on the court. These are all the facts we have prepared about the big man, Boban Marjanovic. If you are ready for more, subscribe to our channel and like it. We will keep an eye on the world of sport.